Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Every day it gets better and better. Right now, things are going great. If this isn't a bullish article, I don't know what is. This article is absolutely insane if it's true. This article was titled, Bitcoin, another Bitcoin. These Bitcoin traders are letting people know. And you know, historically, a lot of Bitcoin maximalists, in the past, they didn't speak too kindly of XRP, but now that XRP has clarity, they're letting the people know how bullish XRP really is. You tell me what you think. Over this last 2 months, all these Bitcoin traders, elitists, coming out talking about how bullish XRP is, $3 to $5, all this stuff, they're saying it. All right, let me calm down. Let's get to this article here. Listen to this. A prominent Bitcoin trader disclosed how his millionaire dad, so this man has advisors, has to have advisors. There's no way he doesn't have advisors. So someone's in his ear telling him things. I would assume he has the best of the best financial advisors. Keep that in mind. A prominent Bitcoin trader disclosed how his millionaire dad liquidated his house for $800,000 to acquire XRP. What does he know? What did they tell him that made him so bullish? Don't worry, there's more to this article. Is crazy. Click the like button if you like this kind of content. All right, because we're cooking right now, my humble opinion, and subscribe. But I'm sure, let me just clarify. Let me put things into a little bit of perspective, because I know how things work. It's making it sound like this was like the house, like they live in. No. A lot of people have multiple houses. You know how this goes. Multiple houses. And he probably took one that, he was holding for a minute and he was able to liquidate with no problem, no impact on their lives. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But still, he liquidated it for $800,000. Took that $800,000 and bought XRP, if I am to believe this article. I'm getting excited. Something crazy has to be coming. If all of these people are correct, all these big timers, not just from Bitcoin, but all the other so-called experts and analysts are correct about a massive bull run coming. And I have to say, like I said, plenty of times before, I believe it could be the biggest bull run of all time. Could be. No guarantees. It says he's urging the community to draw inspiration from the move. It's up to the community what they want to do, in my humble opinion. Just bring on that bull run. It says, recently a Bitcoin trader with the X username, quote, Miles G Investments, unquote, called attention to a bold move his father undertook regarding XRP that illustrates their confidence in the future potential of XRP. Suddenly, out of nowhere, everybody believes in XRP out of nowhere. A couple weeks ago, FUD. Now everybody's like, you see how that works? You tell me what that was all about. Now everybody's so bullish on XRP is going to go to the moon. I'll take it. I'm just noticing things here. It says, specifically, Miles disclosed that his dad sold his residential property for $800,000 and allocated the proceeds to purchase XRP. Furthermore, isn't that interesting, the timing? You see? Do you see? Look at the timing. FUD. XRP took a dip at that particular time. Boom. I'm sure this didn't happen yesterday. This probably happened right around that time where XRP was at a low. His dad was salivating, drooling at the mouth to get some XRP. Boom. Made that move. So furthermore, the Bitcoin trader underscored his father's extensive experience in the investment landscape. In particular, he revealed that his father has been actively investing and trading for over 5 decades. Per the revelation, the veteran trader acknowledged that his audacious, I like that word, good word, his audacious decision to sell his residential property for XRP would be, wow, listen to this. This is what he's saying. XRP, selling his property for XRP will be the most consequential, quote, home run, unquote, of his career. If this is true, and because, I have to say that because you don't have to believe everything everyone says. Like, I mean, is there any proof of this? We're just going off a person's word. But if it's true, that's one of the most bullish things I've ever seen in my life. I've ever heard in my life. That's a heck of a lot of confidence, and that would tell me also that if this is true, he had to learn something within the last year. Had to learn something that made him super bullish, because XRP's been bullish for a long time. Why didn't you make a move on it on all those other dips? Why didn't you make a move on it all those other times? You see, that leads me to believe that if this is factual, did you come by way of some new information, some inside information? Somebody knows something may have leaked to your people, to your advisors as they came to you and made you bullish. I don't know. I'm just playing with thoughts here. That's all. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So let's get that on out the way, right? So then he says this: don't fade the XRP investment. He says, amid this disclosure, the Bitcoin trader urged the crypto community, quote, don't fade my dad, unquote. This statement implies a call to respect and recognize his father's sound judgment. Then he says this to back that up. He says specifically, he revealed that his father had guided him into the Bitcoin market when Bitcoin was priced at only $7,000, and similarly into Ethereum when ETH was traded at $200. So he's saying, hey, listen, people, my father knows what he's talking about because he's shown results before. And if he says XRP is the one, then it's the one. And like I said before, let me reiterate, there's been so many Bitcoin. This is how the article writers phrase them or consider them: Bitcoin maximalist, Bitcoin elitist, super bullish on XRP. You tell me what that all means. I mean, it's looking good. So now let's move on here to another article. Hope you all are doing fantastic out there. All right. So, man, big things continue to happen on the XRPL. I'm all for it. I'm very happy for it. It says here, XRP Ledger currently developing native lending protocol. Good. I want everything happening on the XRPL. It says the XRP Ledger is on the verge of welcoming a financial market protocol as data confirms the ongoing development of a native lending protocol for the blockchain. Panos Mekras, co-founder of Anodos Finance, recently called the XRPL community's attention to the development, citing information from a presentation carried out by Luke Bakahut, product director and solutions architect at XRPL Commons. And let's skip the little tweet there. It says, in the presentation, Bakahut spotlighted the XRP Ledger's history and the constant improvements the network has witnessed since its inception in 2012. These include the support for non-fungible tokens, which came up in September 2022 following the implementation of XLS 20 amendment. The XRPL Commons product director further pointed out that the XRP Ledger features a native decentralized exchange, a token asset control mechanism, features for advanced payments, issued assets, and now non-fungible tokens. It says XRPL set to feature DeFi lending. As the commentary on the network's development, I thought that part was going to cover it. That's why I went through that whole part, only to discover they led me on to another section. I mean, the article writers, they're good at what they do. They're going to make sure you read everything if they can. It says, as the commentary on the network's development progressed, Bakahut presented a slide highlighting the features that are already up for voting, those undergoing development. One of those features under development is a lend/borrow protocol. Notably, such a protocol will facilitate the implementation of a lending feature native to the XRPL, allowing users to lend their tokens for yield generation or borrow assets. So this could be huge. I don't need to explain why. You already know why. I'm all for it, and I'm interested to see what happens and if they actually come out with this or not. So now let's move on here. So now this article here is see, I keep seeing things like this. Before I say what I was going to say, I keep seeing things like this. Oh, and let me say this. I saw your comments. Well, I saw a lot of comments. I can't see all comments. I can't. This is not possible. So many comments come through on that YouTube studio thing. They just cram all the comments together, but I saw a lot of them. And let me tell you, a lot of people believe Bitcoin can go to $1 million. I'm just telling you what I saw. A lot of people believe Bitcoin can go to $1 million. I saw some $700,000 things there. And they're not alone. Obviously, I had asked the question because all these articles keep popping up from people predicting Bitcoin to go to $1 million from, I think it was Kathy Wood we first read about. Then there was someone yesterday predicted Bitcoin to go to $1 million. So there's a lot of high prices. So what I'm drawing from everyone's thoughts that they're putting out there is that Bitcoin is going to go pretty high. Now I was saying, I think Bitcoin probably, listen, $100,000 Bitcoin, I think we're cooking. $150,000 Bitcoin, I think we're cooking. I think we're going to see something special at $85,000. You want to be real about it. But I think like the lowest average that I'm seeing across the board from what people are saying and what these big wigs in the articles are saying is like $500,000, $300,000 in that range there. Listen, if it happens, it will be an insane time. There will be a lot of millionaires made. 100%, 100%, not just because of Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin is at $100,000, $200,000, understand that liquidity is going to flow out of Bitcoin into a lot of these so-called altcoins. Millionaires will be made, just like that first bull run in 2021 when we first started the channel. Millionaires were made. And that wasn't a secret at all because they came out and they were telling everybody, they were bragging everywhere, which I don't advise. You put a target on your back, you out there bragging. I say keep your wealth quiet. That's how I look at it. They were in the clubs throwing money around. They're asking everybody, hey, we're going to get Lambos. And so millionaires were made then. Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb. And I'm just a researcher and a reporter. That's it. I'm not just my thoughts. There's no guarantees of anything. But if that first bull run in 2021, it's my first bull run in crypto. So that's why I say that first bull run in 2021 made a lot of millionaires. I think that this next one, if it's as big as people say, if Bitcoin is really going to go to $500,000, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this bull run for those who are well diversified, I think is going to make more millionaires than the first one. There's no way around it. You have the big institutions there. You have Bitcoin, they're calling for Bitcoin pretty much to double and triple its price. If I go to this $500,000 range as such, like I think my math is correct. But if it goes to $1 million, like if that happened, it would be absolutely insane. People would be buying planes, islands. The world would be your oyster at that point, It's almost unbelievable to think about. And then I'm hearing that Bitcoin supply is really low. Is that true? I don't know. Like, you guys know some things. I know some things. We come here, we share. Like, is it true that Bitcoin supply is getting low on exchanges? So there's like, what do they call that? A supply shock coming? There's only a few of these cryptos that I hear about, a supply shock that could be coming soon, and Bitcoin is one. I think Quant is another one. I read a lot about that, a possible supply shock at some point in the future because there's just so little of Quant. But anyway, let's read this little article. This article is titled "Bitcoin to hit $500,000." I wish it would. Oh my word! I hope it does. Please, Bitcoin, please. Can we get to 85K right now? Let's start there. But I would love it for it to go to $500,000. So Bitcoin to hit $500,000 on upcoming stocks and gold crash. Stocks crash, I could agree with that. There's a high possibility of it. A lot of pros, real financial specialists have called for a possible stock crash. We've covered some of their articles here. They are reputable individuals. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but their knowledge is pretty sound and their calls are pretty solid. So yes, that's possible. A gold crash, just, because so many of the central banks are what's really propping gold's price up right now. They just keep buying massive record amounts of gold. I think a stock crash is more feasible than a gold crash. But seeing as how it's Max Kaiser, here saying this, and he's like all in on just Bitcoin alone. At least that's what he leads us to believe. I'm going to go out on a limb and believe that he probably thinks Bitcoin is going to sap some sort of liquidity away from gold, which I don't see happening. Bitcoin is a moneymaker to me, but gold is, not only can I make money with gold because that price just keeps going up. I mean, we bought gold super low. I'm still sitting on gold gains, but not only does gold make me some capital, but it's also protective. I can trust gold. Bitcoin at any minute could, no negative on Bitcoin, but it has the propensity to drop dramatically, much more dramatically than gold. So what I'm just trying to show there, like, I don't see why anyone would sell their gold and then just go into Bitcoin. No, I actually think it's the opposite. People will work. Some people have they're working regular jobs, or they have a small business, and then that new income, they take their new income and they invest it. That's how I always looked at it. You take that new income and you invest it, right? You don't take from other things that are solid in your life already. You leave that alone, and you let gold do its job and protect your capital. Especially in this crazy world, you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, gold is solid as a protective asset. Just my humble opinion, but let's read this little tidbit here. It says, vocal Bitcoin advocate and financial journalist Max Keiser has published an ultra bullish post about Bitcoin, predicting that Bitcoin price is likely to quote, soar past $500,000. Keiser believes this is possible since he also predicts a major crash for the U.S. stock market not seen since the end of the 1980s. I could see that happening. Yeah, sure. Keiser seems to be expecting a massive stock correction as the market has again reached its peak. Bitcoin maximalist Keiser quoted a tweet published by the Kobisi letter, an industry-leading commentary on the global markets. The tweet in question states that now the top 10% of stocks on the market are the most concentrated since the Great Depression. 75%. It says the Kobisi letter points out that even in 2001, with the dot-com bubble, the concentration was lower, comprising approximately 72%. All right, so now because I have some of my stuff out of order, and I did not want it out of order here. I have my Stellar article. I went right past it. I had the Stellar article I have all the way in the back, and now it's not doing what I wanted to do, as the computer does. It's like my computer knows it's time for Mick to work. Let me give him some problems. Very good computer, though. I can't really complain. Now, let's get to a little bit of Stellar news. Now, first of all, Stellar's making some moves already with Soroban and offering certain things. But did you notice how much Stellar, I did a little Google search here. You notice how much Stellar has been in Africa lately? They've been hardcore in Africa. Have you been paying attention to Africa? I mean, lately, we've been covering it for like a year and a half. Man, interesting things. They're setting up massive infrastructures in Africa. They're advancing rapidly in Africa, pushing the idea of, digital mobile payments as opposed to the e-payments, right? A lot of BRICS activity also in Africa. And so Stellar continues to shear up those relationships, pay attention to that, knowing that they just unleashed the beast of Soroban. And those smart contracts, let me tell you, a lot of those companies in Africa, the mining companies, the technology companies, there's a lot of companies over there thriving. They're going to feast, or they could feast on those Soroban smart contracts. So they had this post here on Stellar. Our time in Nairobi has been truly incredible. As we bid farewell to Africa, let's carry this momentum forward. So they did good over there. They're saying, hey, let's do some more business in the future, which we know is going to happen. Stellar has a lot of different things planted in Africa. I even saw a post where they posted something where Afrium, I think Afrium had retweeted them or something like that. Was it Kotani Pay also they interacted with recently? Was it Kotani Pay? There was quite a few different companies that Stellar has relationships with, that they had built relationship with in the past, but they were there now. Now that all these new developments have come out, and they're strengthening those relationships. And listen, make no mistake about it. Stellar has been also for the last few months, correct me if I'm wrong, pushing that idea of tokenization in a lot of their blogs. saying how they're the best for tokenization. They're the best at it. This is originally, I've read that one to you. This is originally what Stellar was made for, tokenization. You don't think that, you know how much resources are in Africa to tokenize that value, to track it, traceability, to use smart contracts with? I mean, Africa is so insanely wealthy, and they're taking a lot of control. They're taking back that control over their wealth. So shout out to them. But Stellar wants a part of that. You know, I know a lot of people are not in this for the long term. I get that. I understand that. But I still, in my mind, I think to myself, man, Stellar's playing the long game. I wonder where they're going to be in 5 years. I really do. If their game plan goes the way that they want it to go, they could be a dominant force. A ton of value could be on chain. I think they're sitting on things that they're not announcing. They're not talking about. They're very secretive. And I think that could cause a whole lot of volume on Stellar. We'll see how Soroban affects that, because once that really kicks in and people start running crazy and running wild with Soroban, and that obviously all of that affects XLM's price. So I'm keeping an eye on that. It says, let's carry this momentum forward, building for our communities and a better tomorrow. Can you imagine them tokenizing all of these areas, which a lot of them Stellar is in Africa, are rich in gold, tokenizing that gold and possibly having it flow across the Stellar blockchain at some point? You imagine that? Or anything that they want to do. I mean, Stellar has so much going on for it right now, but I had something else, but I can't find it. So we'll cover some more Stellar tomorrow. All right. But everything's looking great right now. Great right now. So now let's move on here to another article. If this one will ever pop up, then we'll cover it. So more super bullish. Everything's getting just insanely bullish right now. It's getting me excited. I'm not telling you to be excited, because I don't know what's really going to happen. Nobody really knows. We don't have crystal balls. Like they could all be putting out these bullish articles, and then the next week it'll be calm. Next week there could be FUD. The markets could be down. Crypto is unpredictable. You never know. But right now, I'm telling you, I'm having fun with all of these articles and all of these big timers saying how bullish they are on the crypto market. And they're calling for a Bitcoin bull runs. They're calling for XRP bull runs, which XRP has implications for XLM. That means if XRP goes off, XLM is going to go off. Boom, people making some capital. Not financial advice, but that's usually how it happens. And then they're calling for outright altcoin seasons across the board, which has insane implications. And this is no different. This article is titled, "Time to Load Up is Coming." This is from, giving you the name, because some people are they're anonymous. They're always anonymous. Like, no, they're not. It depends on if they put the name in the article, if I remember to read it. It's a lot of factors. The time to load up is coming. This is from analyst Justin Bennett. It says he outlines Bitcoin pattern that could kick off altcoin rally, altcoin season. It's about time. It's time. I can't wait for it to begin. Let's get this started. I'm ready. Are you ready? I know I'm ready. I've been ready. And we have a lot of these professionals calling for altcoin season lately. You've been seeing that. It says a widely followed crypto strategist says Bitcoin may repeat a historic pattern that could send altcoins soaring. So you already know Ethereum's going to get its piece, period. Ethereum's going to do what it does. I don't have any Ethereum at all. But shout out to those who do and will benefit from that, because it will go up. Solana will get his piece. Quant will get his piece, in my humble opinion. XRP will definitely get his piece. All the usual suspects will get their piece. And then that's not to consider how altcoin season affects everything else. Everything goes up. Things get crazy, folks. Money is just being made left and right, left and right. I lived through it. Some watchers have also. And then that's not to take into account the micro caps. When you have 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 of a micro cap, it's at 0.009 or of a cent, or is at 1 cent, something like that, 0.008, and it goes up just that little bit, and you start seeing, oh man, 500, $500, $1,000, like just, it's so easy. It gets so easy. The money gets so big so fast just from the littlest tick up, the littlest leg up, So those will be affected greatly as well, Anyway, it says here, analyst Justin Bennett tells his 111,000 followers on social media platform X that Ethereum and other alts could outperform Bitcoin, similar to 2021. See, and I've been questioning that as well. And it's not about it outperforming Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin to go high because Bitcoin has a positive effect. When it goes high, everything else goes high as well when it comes to altcoin season. They go insane. So let Bitcoin go high. It's not about them outperforming Bitcoin. We want to win on every single front. Most of us have some Bitcoin, or a lot of Bitcoin, because we got in at the right time and we got some Bitcoin to make sure we make money off that money maker. But we have some Bitcoin, a bunch of different altcoins. And so we want them all to go up. We want them all to win. That's how I feel. I only represent me. I only speak for myself, but that's how I feel. I would hope some other people feel that same way. But it says similar to 2021. If it happens like 2021, my word, people better get ready. Once again, money was made. And I gotta say that because I know it's a lot of new people here. They didn't live through that 2021 crazy bull run and got in early when everything was low, and then lived through that pop off that happened, It says similar to 2021 when people suddenly sold their coins over a 2-month period. Quote, if Bitcoin does anything close to this, altcoins could set up for 1H of a run. I don't want to say that YouTube is strict on profanity. It says could set up for one major, I'll say that, major run in March to April. Whoa, he's calling for March to April? March to April. Wow. I'll take it. If that's how it's going to go down, I'll take it for sure. 100%. March to April. That's so close. Sir, I hope your prediction is right. I really do. I hope your prediction is correct. And of course, you have the Bitcoin halving that's going to definitely have an effect on everything, in my humble opinion. It says ETH rallied 182% in 48 days during the April to May 2021 Bitcoin top. Yeah, I love that time period. Oh, my word. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It was a big time period, folks. Lots of millionaires were made back then, I'm telling you. So, I don't think people really care about being they care about being millionaires. That would sound crazy for me to say that, but understand the perspective I'm coming from. I think right now, because of the struggles, at least in the US, the financial struggles, everybody just want to make something. They just want to make something good, something respectable. And I think that's more how people are looking at it now, whereas back then people kind of knew, they kind of wanted that accomplishment. Like, I want these millions. Now it's like people, I think people would settle for 300,000, 500,000, 800,000. I could be wrong. Of course, people want to take the max, but I'm just saying, I don't think people are going to be ungrateful for whatever comes. They just want something to happen. They want it to happen. They want this run to really kick off, because it's just been kind of a bull run right now. It's just like a little bit. It's just the beginning. It's not anything to write home about. No, I feel like the real bull run, like I said, when everything else starts going up as well, Bitcoin is at 60K, maybe north of that, 55K to 60K, something like that. And everything else is really starting to rise because people have enough liquidity now to play with. That makes sense? All right. Listen, I have so many more articles. I'm going to leave off two Solana articles and a couple of other articles. I won't mention those because I might do those for the members only section. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.